and I'm very sympathetic to your plight, because I'm 44, and it's an awkward age, right? Because like, I've realized that this is the last decade of my life in which my death will be considered tragic. I mean, at this point, my only hope is that my kid shows up in a DeLorean and straightens out all my shitty life decisions. But enough of this. Let's give it up for your next comedian. Please give it up for the very funny Peter Morris.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Dan. I apologize in advance tonight before I get started if I'm a little bit off, because I gave up coffee for Lent. And it's not the lack of caffeine really that's killing me, it's the fact that I haven't taken a shit in about 3 weeks. I have kids, lots of kids. Kids can be a giant pain in the ass, they can be a blessing, but what I really hate are parents. And specifically, I mean first year brand new parents with their little bastards that are running around and every word out of their mouth is they're going to be an astronaut, and they're always telling you these stories. Johnny painted a drawing the other day, and he's going to be an artist, you know? The kids, when I'm seeing the kid takes a violent diarrhea shit that hits the ceiling. What is he going to be, fucking Michelangelo? What I like to do, though, is I like to sneak in when they're not looking, go in a little white chalkboard in the kids' room and write bread crumb. Yeah, enjoying Johnny's first words, assholes. It's going to be great. So I decided I had enough kids, so I went and got a vasectomy. It wasn't voluntary. The wife told me, you know, no more if I don't get this done. To which the response, how will I tell the difference? Wasn't exactly what she was looking for. So, anyway, I go to get the procedure done. I walk in. My doctor's Brian Murphy. He's from Boston. Peter, how are you? Come on in, sit down at the table here. Drop trout. Will. Oh, Jesus, Peter, you didn't shave. I didn't know I needed to shave. He says, oh yeah, we covered that. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it for you. Pulls out a 19-cent big single-bladed razor, grabs my unit, yanks it up in the air like this, and proceeds to dry shave my balls. Now, at the time, I wasn't much of a ball shave kind of guy. But if I had thought about it, it would have involved a couple of Asian chicks and some hot oil. Right? But in this case, middle-aged white guy, 19-cent big shaver. It looked like I lost a fight with a weed whacker. And it was no fun at all. Anyway, the table has these arms on, you lay back, you're comfortable, right? And I felt like I was being crucified at this point, right? And then I realized, hey, it's about 3 days before I rose again. So, it worked out pretty good. Anyway, the procedure is awful, you know, so I just go to my happy place. I'm laying back on ceiling tiles, and my happy place involves food. So I'm thinking about like a BLT sandwich for lunch that day, juicy tomato, bacon, crispy. This dream is so vivid, I can actually smell the bacon. And I look down and I realize there's smoke coming out of my balls. I actually smell the bacon. So I'm like, Doc, what the? He's like, no, Peter, we're good here. It's all good. We're just finishing up here. Put some ice in my crotch and they send me on my way. Word of advice to those of you who have not had this done yet: do not drive the truck home during pothole season. Right? Bad combination. On the way home, the phone rings. It's the wife. I'm like, hey, how are you? She says, can you pick Molly up at the daycare? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I'm fine, thanks for asking. So I go pick Molly up. And of course, she's 3 at the time. And she greets me in that standard 3-year-old greeting, right? Which is waist high, crotch rocket, 100 miles an hour, Daddy! It turned out later, I didn't realize this, but it was the first time in history that the words Heisman maneuver had been used in a DCFS report. Yeah, it was ugly. And so, anyway, we ended up getting divorced. I'm now dating. Dating sucks. And people like to say dating sucks when you're older. It sucked all the time. Like, you're 16 years old. Remember this? You drive up to the girl's house in an AMC Pacer, right? AM radio and bench seats. And you're like, oh, Mr. Jones, I'm here to pick up Susan. And he's like, Peter, come on in. You're like, oh, no, I'll just wait here. And, you know, she comes down, the radio turns on, we turn the car on, and some fucking gay-ass Bee Gees song, Staying Alive, Staying Alive. Like, oh, son of a bitch, you try to turn it to something cool. So the problem is, when you have kids, it brings you back to your childhood, right? So my kids are at the age where you need babysitters. So you go to hire the babysitter, what do? You got to pick them up and drop them off. You end up having to go to the door, Hello, Mr. Smith, is Susan here? Come on in, Peter, she's almost ready. No, I'll just wait right here, it's okay, you know. You get out to the car starts up, the radio's on some AM radio, it's Sean Hannity, you're like, shit, you know. You turn it to one of your other presets, and all of a sudden, staying alive, staying alive. Thank you very much, everybody.
Let's give it up for Peter Morris. Welcome to male menopause late night at the Live Chameleon. It's such a nice contrast.